Hello everyone and welcome to SentUAMessage, the show where we answer your questions about Xbox 360, like a question answering robot Hawk. What are you doing?
I'm just checking on the vast amounts of money I've made from my new SentUAMessage business venture. Not that it's any of your business.
Business venture. We answer questions.
Right, and now I also answer questions for money on my premium rate phone line, the chat pad. Roll commercial.
Don't roll commercial.
He's already pressed the button. Do you lay awake at night wondering if there'll ever be another Call of Duty game? Extensive Bulletstorm sessions giving you unusual urges? Or just need to fill the gaping void in your life until Elder Scrolls 5 shows up? Call Chatpad Chat.
0892 50 60 50 35921
No, silly, of course there won't be any more game add-ons for Modern Warfare 2.
Chatpad.
0892 50 60 50 35921
Yes, there probably will be another Halo game.
Chatpad.
0892 50 60 50 35921
Why have you done this?
Well, oh, is that a question? Well, I'll have to charge you a minute if you want an answer.
Yeah, I'm just going to start the show. Feel free to join in at any point. Right, question 1. Well, we think there's a question somewhere in the midst of this appalling bit of braggadocio from Cabbage2U. Something about Assassin's Creed Brotherhood DLC, I think.
Yeah, no one likes a show-off, man, but you're in luck. Working on the assumption that anything with the title The Da Vinci Blank will be hugely successful, Ubisoft has announced that the first piece of game-expanding DLC for Assassin's Creed Brotherhood will be called The Da Vinci Disappearance.
In it, Da Vinci, as you can probably guess, disappears, kidnapped by an underground cult known as the Hermeticists. To get him back, Ezio must embark on a relentless quest to recover stolen paintings like some kind of Renaissance Lovejoy, uncovering 2 new areas and 2 new, currently secret, gameplay features along the way. What's that, you say? Doesn't seem enough to warrant enraging Dan Brown's crack team of rough-and-tumble academic lawyers? Well then, how about a hefty multiplayer expansion too? Yep, the Da Vinci Code appearance also includes a new multi-level map called Alhambra, a lush, covert, murder-friendly environment set in Spain's Albaycin of Granada.
There are also 4 new characters, namely Dharma Rossa, the Knight, the Marquis and the Pariah, and 2 new game modes, Escort, where 2 teams of 4 players compete to protect their VIP or assassinate the others, and Assassinate, where 6 to 8 players are pitted against each other, deathmatch style, in one 10-minute round.
The Da Vinci Digital Fortress will be available in early March for 800 florins, or Microsoft points as they've been known since decimalisation.
Right, what's next?
I'll let you know once I've got through all these Elder Scrolls 5 questions.
All right, and time for a cuppa then.
Yeah, go on.
Nice one.
Oh, hey, Mike Channel, Deputy Editor of OXM. Fancy seeing you here.
Yeah, well, I got your email. Something wrong with Dan?
Yeah, he's dead, Mike.
Oh my God, that's awful.
Yes, awful. A senseless tragedy. But there's no point dwelling in the past. We need someone to help me finish the show. So, Mike, if you could, that would...
Yeah, whatever I can do.
Right, well, our next question is about Elder Scrolls 5. Hey, Mike, aren't you one of the few games journalists in the world who have actually seen the game in action?
Sorry, I am.
Great. Well, if you could just let our viewers know everything you saw, if you keep it brief but funny, that'd be great, about 3 or 4 minutes.
Hang on, is this some cunning ploy to get me to reveal embargoed information that's going to adversely affect the sales of my magazine?
Look, we're all grieving, Mike. The least you could do is spill the forbidden secrets of Skyrim.
Right, okay. Well, okay then. The Skyrim of the title is actually the northernmost region of Tamriel. It's very mountainous, kind of cold conditions, probably a bit like Scotland. And essentially you're a dragonborn, which is a guy with the soul of a dragon inside you that can be any race or gender, but you have the ability to harness the power of the dragon language. So basically, swear words in this language actually turn into magic spells. A couple of the ones we've seen have been the ability to freeze time or to push people away like a sort of Jedi force push. The combat is one of the main things that they've improved. It's now a dual wielding system, so you can either have, say, a shield in the left hand and a sword in the right hand, or maybe a bow and arrow, or 2 spells, 1 in each hand. The game's actually a lot closer to Oblivion than Fallout, although they have borrowed the perk system, and it's not going to be kind of bloody mess. You're not going to be exploding people into giblets, but they're kind of more functional, small perks. So one of the examples that was given was that you can modify your axe combat so that you cause deep cuts and then people take bleeding damage. There is going to be a faction system. They haven't talked a lot about what that's going to entail, but I think they'll have learned quite a lot from Fallout New Vegas and how that works as a faction system. By and large, though, this is going to feel like Oblivion, but with much more sort of weighty combat, and they're actually like finishing moves now, so you'll be able to perform stealth kills and run people through at the end of a battle, which is going to be pretty cool.
Thanks, Mike. That helps ease the pain of Dan's passing.
I could have sworn I saw him in the kitchen as I was coming in here.
Classic first stage of grief. Daniel. I mean, denial.
He's coming this way.
Sometimes the mind wants something to be real so badly it sees things that can't possibly be there. Ghost!
You told me he was dead!
Host my show, will you? Oh, there's only one dead man round here, channel. Ah!
A little harsh.
Maybe, but nobody takes my spot. All right, well, I'll make it up to him by saying you can read his full thoughts and impressions on what's sure to be the biggest game of the year in this month's issue of official Xbox 360 magazine.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Now, if there's an invisible man sleeping in your bed, who are you going to call?
Psycho.
Ghostbusters!
Yes?
Ghostbusters!
Anyway, Davey Taylor...
Ghostbusters!
Seriously! Okay, wants to know more about Ghostbusters Sanctum of Slime.
Right, Sanctum of Slime is an Xbox Live Arcade title featuring Ghostbusters! Not the Ghostbusters, sadly, rather a team of rookies under the tutelage of the characters from the movie. As is so often the case, an ancient demon has been resurrected in New York, causing a surge of ghosts to be drawn to the city from all over the world, and it's up to you and 3 friends to get rid of, or, in the parlance of the game, bust them in isometric cooperative shooting action.
Sanctum of Slime also promises gigantic bosses that require your apprentice exorcists to work together to defeat by using co-op tactics like merging your proton streams to create a much more powerful beam with added splash damage.
Think Ghostbusters meets Smash TV or Lara Croft and the Guardian of Light. Different ghosts also have different coloured auras which are vulnerable to different kinds of energy, so you'll need to switch up your weapons and tactics to take on the spectral hordes effectively.
It's due out on the 23rd of March, so...
Ghostbusters! Phobos spelled backwards reads Koboth, which makes no sense either. I'm not really sure what point I'm trying to make, so I'll neatly segue into his query about the recently released PC game Magicka coming to Xbox 360.
Slick. Right, well, Magicka sees a quartet of wizards, who look more like Jawas who shop at Benetton, using the power of magic, with a K, to defeat the Norse mythology-inspired minions of an evil sorcerer.
To date, it's been generally well received by the critics and certainly wouldn't look out of place alongside the likes of Death's Bank and upcoming house party guest Torchlight on Xbox Live Arcade. So we contacted Magicka's creators, Arrowhead Game Studios, to see if they're entertaining the possibility.
Now, while the response was predictably non-committal, the signs are good. PR and community manager Patrick Lasosa bleated, "We can neither fully confirm nor deny anything regarding Magicka coming for consoles. We are, however, doing everything possible to make it happen."
I'm pretty sure that if you translate that from PR speak, it means it's definitely going to happen, and may Odin strike me down if it doesn't.
Or it could, and does, just mean that they're doing what they can to make it happen, but nothing's set in stone yet.
A noble Maddox sends word, no doubt from his valet, asking if we can give him some info on Silent Hill Downpour.
Man, where does this fog come from? It's really clear.
I told you not to leave the windows open. This is foggy old London town after all.
It'll be fine, I'm sure it'll clear in a sec. Anyway, Silent Hill Downpour is what Konami are now calling the 8th game in the Silent Hill survival horror series. It's still in development and is apparently heading our way in autumn this year.
Yes, although they tend to say this sort of thing every time a new Silent Hill is announced, Konami has said that Silent Hill Downpour will be the next generation horror game that the fans truly deserve, featuring an all-new storyline and unique evolutions in gameplay, building on innovations and successes from over a decade of true survival horror and terror.
Details are still fairly scant at the moment, but a preview of the game in US mag Game Informer revealed such nuggets as a town so large that includes a subway system to make moving around quicker, destructible weapons, myriad side quests, and, as the name suggests, a heavy emphasis on water effects like persistent torrential rain and flooding, much in the way Silent Hill Shattered Memories focused on ice and snow.
Now, Downpour looks likely to reprise the kind of suspense-filled psychological horror that typified the original Silent Hill games, rather than the visceral, action-oriented horror of more recent entries. Gone 2 are the series' usual locations of hospitals and schools. This time the story takes place within the as-yet unexplored southeast corner of the Silent Hill map, featuring businesses, homes, and the delightful-sounding Devil's Pit Gorge Tourist Centre. Tourist Centre!
So it's due out later this year, but expect plenty more on what will hopefully be a return to form for this once excellent series soon. Looking forward to this one, Dan? 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 Oh, there you are. Right, yes, this is a question about Mirror's...
Edge 2, right. Yeah, so John T. XD-Hemlicht- asks if there will be a Mirror's Edge 2.
So cold.
Well, while it was never officially announced, it's kind of been an accepted fact that DICE has been working on Mirror's Edge 2 for over a year now, even to the point of showing off demos of the game internally.
Or at least they were working on it. According to a report unearthed by VG247.com this week, EA has put the project on hold and moved the DICE developers working on it onto other projects.
EA has refused to comment on the rumour, but it doesn't look good for fans of the flawless free running of the original game.
But even if it is true, on hold doesn't mean cancelled, so keep the faith.
Yeah, like the woman's name in the game.
Yeah, indeed. And that's it for this week's show. Remember, your questions are the Normandy upgrades that keeps our show from dying horribly when it goes through the mass relay. So keep them coming into the gamertag SentUAMessage.
To our email address, SentUAMessage@hotmail.com.
Be first on our Facebook wall at facebook.com/SentUAMessage.
Or send us your tweet nothings at twitter.com/SentUAMessage. See you next time, folks. Right, that's 7 questions, about 12 to 13 minutes. Let's see. You owe me £36,000.
Chatpad.